Good day. God bless you. Welcome back, guys. My name is Zach, and this is episode 50 in the Healthy, Wealthy, Happy series. Mark chapter 10, verse 9. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate. And I am claiming victory in this verse, even that you and I are joined together via the internet. And if it be God's will that some self improvement can come from this, then let it be. Motivational quote: to live by chance, not by, or to live by choice, not by chance. Live to be motivated, not manipulated. I live to be useful, not used. To make changes, not excuses. I live to excel, not compete. I choose self esteem over self pity. I choose to listen to my inner voice over the opinions of random idiots. I kind of ended it that last part, but so today is day 3 of eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I'm choosing me. I'm choosing um, that there's no challenge that I can't overcome. There's no like, oh well, I didn't do it, so I quit. It's just that's over. That is a mindset and a state of being of the past, and I will not let any enemy have victory over me in that way ever again. Not in my own mind and body, not in the way that friends, family, loved ones treat me, good or bad. There's plenty of people in my life that I love and love me, and everybody's getting along wonderfully. I don't want to make it sound like that was purely negative statement, but like, if you're in my shoes and you could say, oh, my last two or three, and then I start thinking, well, basically every relationship I've ever been in, which by definition, if you're 50 and single, it means every relationship you've been in has failed. Um, you have to take your part in that. And you could say, well, I'm married, so I haven't failed. I know plenty of people that have been married for a long, long, long time that it's a complete and epic failure. And the point is that it's you. It's not the woman, it's not the man. It's your own standings and your own standards and your self-esteem and your confidence and your love for yourself and your God. When those things are all in line, then any relationship will work, like with a person in the same situation, you know. So that's that. Today is day 3 of the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I made a lot better decisions today. I felt that victory coming. Oh, so quick. I like for breakfast, I was like, I got these eggs. It's funny when you're putting your groceries or now you pull them eggs out and you're like, careful, get those things in the fridge before you drop them. So I just had 4 scrambled eggs from breakfast, which is a much smaller breakfast than usual. Which I could get it even smaller, but that's still pretty small, pretty healthy breakfast. Cooked them in olive oil. And then for lunch, I had some green tea. And then I was going to go to the gym and I ate something. I was telling myself to write this stuff down, but I ate much better today. So I just had some eggs for breakfast. Oh, some steak for lunch. The New York strip steak I had left, probably about 8 or 10 ounce steak, with some horseradish. So I didn't have any kind of or any carbs with it at all. For breakfast and lunch, it was just all eggs and meat. So that's awesome. And then I hit the gym. I did a half hour on the treadmill. I did some jogging, which felt great. I was jogging slow, but I was like, wow, this is feeling good. And it's telling me my body composition is getting better and my muscles are developing and my body fat's going down. And I can tell just by some of my shirts, I'm not, well, I didn't weigh myself today or yesterday, which I'm kind of proud of that fact as well. Just keep plugging away. That weight's going to fall off. I mean, this usually happens about 6 weeks in, even though it's been a little longer than that now, where I start losing weight because I started working out again. But then at the same, you peak out somewhere where that muscle starts growing back. And I think that's right in the window I'm at. So we'll see after this next 96-hour fast if I can get back under the 250 or 248. And I'm feeling good though either way. So then after the gym, I did the half-hour treadmill. I did half-hour on. I can't remember what that machine's called. I heard the name of it before, but it's not written on the machine. When I was at the gym today, I was looking around. Does this thing have the name on it? Somebody can look that up for me. It's just like it's basically a stationary bike for your arms. And I had it cranked up on like level 6, something like that. I just got a notification on my phone that another subscriber just came on in. And I think that makes about 10 or 15 or so since yesterday. So welcome to the new subscribers. It's always exciting to see the community grow and know that there's people following along and people are commenting and having some positive impact on the world. So I went to the gym. I didn't weigh in today. My food was real good. Me and my son disconnected there. He didn't answer his phone all day, so I didn't go get him. And I think he just forgot about it. So I was cleaning through my storage again today. Not quite as much as yesterday, but I found some much smaller clothes that there was one set that I actually fit into last summer and the summer before when I got down to last summer was not summer of 2022, summer of 2021. I got down to like 222. And the summer before that, I got down to like 218. And I had bought smaller and smaller clothes. Because I'm talking about when I was 315 pounds, I was like in 50s pants. And I have pants all the way down to 32s now. I can't fit them right now, but I pulled out the 34s I was fitting when I was 218. Little snug with a medium shirt, but man, they fit. And I took some photos, and I was pretty happy to get it. And then, like I said, I choose to date these wrong women. It ain't even that they're the wrong women. It's just maybe that I put too much emphasis and priority on spending time with the woman and not spending enough time with myself and continuing to take care of myself. Oh man, those for some reason you're I just had some text messages on the live feed here, and they didn't show up right away, and all of a sudden they poured up. Yeah, you're doing great, man. Listening to a little bit of your story, we've chatted a couple times now. Read some books. I really, really continue to recommend the Dr. Jason Fung. He has an obesity code and a diabetes code. And he has some books on fasting as well. I listen to him on Audible, but otherwise you can just order them on Amazon. They just a wealth of information from a doctor to tell you, this is how to healthy fast. This is, Dr. Jason Fung, F-U-N-G. He's a Canadian nephrologist. He's an Asian dude. That's why his last name is Fung. Dr. Jason Fung. And if you have Audible on your phone, yes, just like that, F-U-N-G. Wonderful, wonderful books. I don't think I have any hard copies of his books. I have them all on my Audible. And as far as like, I'm not really promoting fasting on this channel. I'm promoting lifestyle change and mind change. And I just want people to do whatever works for them. Fasting works great for me. Like one of my buddies at work that saw me go up and down the last 2-3 times. It was like last summer when I was getting out. He saw me dating this woman and I was gaining weight. And he just kind of jokingly commented to me. He was like, looks like it's time to start fasting again, Zach. Let me punch in Jason Fung real quick on my books here. And I'm going to try to blab off a couple. Life in the Fasting Lane, The Complete Guide to Fasting, and the Diabetes Code and the Obesity Code. Those are all books that I've read on my Audible. But there's a bunch more. He has the Cancer Code, some other books where there's other doctors and other authors Autophagy, Fasting with Water for Beginners. I haven't even read that one. That one sounds good too. But anyway, you could just look up his YouTube videos as well, or other fasting YouTube videos, and get the information you need and make sure you're doing it right. And like prepping up a few days kind of helps to cut out most of the carbs and any kind of processed food, and eat some fruits and vegetables for a few days, and really kind of taper it down to almost no carbs. And then when you start fasting, you don't have such strong hunger pangs for the first day or two, and then it goes away anyway. Like when I fast, I don't even care. I've done it so many times. My stomach can just be that first day, and it doesn't mean nothing to me. I just fast anyway. So I'm all excited. I got the 2 sets of clothes that I'm probably about 2 to 4 inches away in waist to fitting in. Like one is 2 inches away, and one is 4 inches away. And they're nicer clothes, and I'll put them on. See, I almost said I'll put them on if I get down to it, but no, that's not the attitude to have. Check out that just one. I need more fasting, cutting my sugar addiction with carbs, floating water. Well, I've heard you comment quite a few times, and something that I'm really promoting as part of why I was able to change my life right now. And we'll see. I'm only 20, 25 pounds down, but we're going to see when I get to 170 that this was the right mindset, is to just change the mindset too. Just don't say you have a sugar addiction, even if you do. It's kind of like, I was digging through my books, and I actually found my AA, my Alcoholics Anonymous book from like 30 some years ago when I was in treatment. I'm so fun. I want to flip that thing open, and that's back when I was skinny, and there's women were just call me, I love you. Yeah. Anyway, it's something in AA that they talk about is just fake it till you make it. And they're talking about, we know you don't really want to quit drinking or doing drugs right now, but you get into the treatment center and you just say, I want to quit drinking, and then most people relapse after AA anyway. But it's the attitude that they're trying to set in you long term that you can get there. And just saying, I have a sugar addiction. It was one of the quotes I quoted yesterday, talking about like the universe conspires. Once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. So when you say I have a sugar addiction, the universe conspires to make it happen. If you say I am overcoming the desire to eat sugar, I'm overcoming it. So today I had a great breakfast, great lunch, and an okay dinner. And on my way back, I was at the gym and I ate dinner on the way home. And on the way to my apartment, I was thinking, it wouldn't kill me to have a little dessert right now. I was driving by like different places that I know have ice cream. Ice cream's kind of my thing. And, it just, I wanted it, and I thought about it, and I was almost going to get it. And I was like, I can go get a little thing at the gas station. I can stop in a fast food place that has a malt or a shake or an ice cream. And I don't know. I just kind of let it go. I just went home, so I'm not focusing on that fact that I was addicted to sugar, but I'm focusing on the fact that I am breaking free from that. That's the focus, not, the past is not the focus. That's what I'm getting at. The future is the focus. Don't look that way. Look that way. Make a statement to yourself that I'm going to get better in the future. Oh, I was all locked up. Hopefully my stream doesn't just cancel out on me again. I know, right? Definitely can and want to regularly. That's why I tell people I don't buy ice cream, because if I buy the big bucket, my kids are over and I was like, oh, I'll get us a gallon of ice cream, and they'll eat a tiny bit, and they'll eat the other guy, and then they go home, and then I'm stuck with this whole thing, and I just eat it and eat it and eat it. It's so delicious. So this is the second time that I wanted ice cream in the last week, and I didn't go get it. So in my mind though, are you gonna have it? And it's like, yep, I'm gonna have it, just not today, not tomorrow, just not today. I'm gonna make a big, I like to make like New York vanilla, bananas, strawberries, chocolate, caramel, whipped cream, pecans, I just load the whole thing up. And it's just like, I'm not gonna do it today though. let's stay on track for a while. Let's see how, like I said, I went 23 days. Uh, I've had one beer so far this year, and I like beer, so I'm not even bashing beer. I like it a lot. Like I really enjoy drinking a beer or two or three or four. I'm such a lightweight now because I've cut it down so low that anything more than 4 beers, 5 beers, I mean, I actually get sick. So it's kind of nice, right? I've overcome it to that point. Um, so I'm refocusing too. If you go all the way back and watch the first 10 videos before I kicked off the fasting and the more extreme dieting, not such extreme dieting yet, but the fasting and reducing my diet to try to lose weight. I haven't really talked a lot about like baby steps and minor little things to improve yourself along the way because I mean, 96-hour fasts are, yeah, do your own homework, but in my opinion, they are one of the healthiest things you can eat. One of the commenters is talking about considering to eat more eggs, and I just highly agree. The cholesterol is way less than they used to think it was. The fat is healthy fat. There's like no carbs, like a quarter, 3/4 of a carb in an egg, something like that. So it's just healthy fat and protein. And is there stories of people that have eaten only eggs and lived to be almost 100? Yep, there is. This dude was in Russia. He ate like 28 eggs a day or something like that for like 50 years and lived to be very old. And that's all he ate. And it's almost something, I don't want to get that extreme where I only eat eggs. I mean, I'm in America and there's such a variety of healthy food options here. There's no reason for me not to enjoy more of them, but I do want to limit it. I guess something that was kicking in my mind right before I went live here was just, it's like, Zach, you just have to accept the facts of there's some foods that long term you're just not going to be able to eat regularly at all. I'm going to eat a Dairy Queen Blizzard in the future, but it's definitely can't be more than like once a month, because if it's every 2 weeks, it'd still be okay. But then it starts to be a habit where, well, exactly. The commenter is talking about the importance of cholesterol, and I don't want to draw. I almost want to draw a little picture, but every single cell in your body is surrounded by cholesterol, and without it, you die. So, good cholesterol is very good. There's the high density lipoproteins, the low density lipoproteins, and the triglycerides as part of like when you get your cholesterol tested, those three numbers, and they do a little equation. I mean, the high density lipoproteins are good. They're awesome to be in your bloodstream. You want those. So, and that's what eggs give you. So, yeah, it's kind of a false number. There's a YouTube guy out there. I have no idea what his name is now. But anyway, he's a doctor. His cholesterol's 500. It's been that high for a decade, and he doesn't even care. He's like, this number is not what's important to your health. It's the low density, which means it's like more spongy, and then it gets clogged in your bloodstream, where the high density actually cleans it out. So it's so different of a number that it's hard to say, like, if you have a 200 cholesterol, it could be good or bad. But I don't want to pretend to know too much about that. You got to do your own homework. But before I was coming live, I was talking about, yesterday I'd mentioned yoga. And I have to be honest, when I got off my stream, I didn't do it because I just totally forgot. But I thought about it today, so I did a little bit today. But I didn't. I know I've been to yoga classes before, and I did P90X, which had a long 90-minute yoga. One of the DVDs you do, if you ever heard of P90X, it's like a really extreme exercise home workout routine. And there was one of the CDs was a 90-minute yoga, and I also went to 17 weeks of a fitness class where once or twice a week was yoga. And it's pretty simple. I mean, you can just do, like I said, the most basic poses. You don't have to get all crazy and uncomfortable, because when I still got this little bouncy belly going, and some of the yoga poses are very hard and some are very easy. So like for doing the cardio I do, like walking and jogging on the treadmill, I like to stretch out my calves, my hamstrings, my hips, my lower back, my upper back, my shoulders, everything that's like, get jammed up when you're jogging like that. So there's plenty of, so just talking about a baby step to add the yoga in. even if I'm only doing it once a week, but I would like to be doing it for, 10, 20 minutes, like 3 times a week. And then the smaller meals. Today was probably one of the more disciplined days where I mean, I like to eat a big breakfast, but I was like, and I woke up late today, like, my God, way, way, way later than usual. Like, I want to say it was like past 9 o'clock. I haven't slept that late in a long ass time. So I don't know. And it ain't like well, I did wake up at my normal time, 5:30 for work, but then I just, took a leak and I was like, well, I'll lay back down. And I actually just knocked right back out for several more hours. So I must have needed to sleep, though. I felt good. And then I didn't drink my tea right away because I woke up late and I had some eggs. And then I felt a little headache in the back of my head. And I was like, oh, then I drank some green tea for lunch, a double dose to get me amped up to go to the gym. And it did. It felt great. So I just had the 4 scrambled eggs for breakfast, the green tea and the steak for lunch. And then I had the bowl of pho, the sliced beef pho at the restaurant on my way home from work. Yeah, the commenter saying yoga is no joke. There's very extreme yoga. There's just all kinds of yoga. You got to look it up for there. Hopefully, I'm sure I think I just hit 540 subscribers, and I'm sure there's some yogi men and women out there and that are just. I mean, the extreme yoga people are just in amazing shape. I mean, think of that. They're I'll just take the women because I'm attracted to the female body. But I mean, if you're a woman or a man that's attracted to a man body, the female body that does yoga is like the most attracted I am to a woman. Like a bodybuilding woman, even though I admire them extremely. Like when I see a woman with his arms as big as mine, I mean, I don't think it's gross. I'm just not attracted to it. And the same thing, like like women that run marathons, they're just too skinny and lanky. Where the yoga women, just everything's toned up and fit and where it's supposed to be. And it's just so like for my desire to be attractive to a woman like that, because that's the kind of woman I'm attracted to, it makes me want to do yoga. I was watching this husband and wife YouTube channel yesterday where they're doing yoga and right. Boom boom. He's commenting about female yoga teachers. The stars of the show. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm feeling great. I mean, I got my smaller clothes out. I'm looking forward to wearing the smaller clothes in the summer and being out in the sun. And now that I just moved from a small town of 4,000 to a slightly medium-sized city. I think maybe 40,000. I don't even know, 30,000. I haven't looked up the population of this town lately, but I think it's like 40,000. And I'm right in the middle of kind of downtown-ish by a river with trails, and there's other buildings, and there's mad single women in this building that I'm in. Not that I'm chasing any of them or anything, but just to motivate me to be able to take off my shirt and run down the trail without this gut flopping up and uppercutting me in the chin and wrapping around and hitting me in the back. I mean, that thing can be cumbersome. So let's just get rid of it. Let's get rid of it. And I want to continue to develop some more of these little 1% improvements. Like I was saying, like today's smaller meals was definitely a big step. Like I didn't feel so, I didn't feel bad about it. Like I had the 4 eggs for breakfast. I put the pink Himalayan sea salt, little black pepper, fried them in olive oil, scrambled them up, and ate them. And I was fine. I was full, but I've been overeating for so long that full doesn't stop me from eating. But today it did. I just thought about it. I had to use this, click it in my brain. Is he like, Zach, you're not hungry. You're satisfied. You have food in your body. You have great, healthy food in your body. You're going to start your fast tomorrow. So let's not just blow it by overeating. So my mind is changing. My mind is rolling and snowballing in the right direction. And there's a saying talking about like the more you succeed, the more you succeed. The more you win, the more you win. The more you do, the more you do. And it sounds stupid, but it's right. It's like the more you run, the farther you're going to be able to run, right? Like that seems obvious, but then it's like the more you eat less, the easier it's going to be to eat less. The more classes of yoga do you take, the more classes of yoga you're going to be able to take. More often you go to the gym, the more often you're going to be able to go to the gym. And it just pretty soon you don't even notice. Like when I quit drinking alcohol like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I didn't even notice. It was such a big change. I just went the other way. What are you doing? I didn't wake up every day saying I'm not drinking, I'm not drinking. So that's where I want to get, like, I'm not overeating, I'm not overeating. No, you're just eating normal. That you Yeah, the commenter is talking about increasing the water intake. And definitely right. And Matt, now that you mention it, I can feel my mouth is dry, and it's been happening probably. It almost seems like ever since I started this channel, and maybe a little bit after, but somewhere in there, I have not been keeping up with my water as much as I used to. No, when the channel started, I was still hammering it hard. It's the fasting, yeah, because I was drinking too much water on my fast, so I cut it back. But then it got me to cut back some of my water while I'm not fasting. But at least now I just keep I got like 6 packs of gallons, 6 gallon water boxes, and so I'm not even pouring a glass or drinking a bottle. Then I can monitor my day, and I can tell you just by looking at my gallon over there, it's only like a third gone, and that thing should be all gone. So as soon as this stream ends, I'm going to start chugging on that a little bit. And it's funny because it was, what time is it? It's 8:47. So I didn't even go on until about 8:20. And I was thinking about my stream all day today. The girl I'm talking to, the woman I'm talking to in the Philippines, she has a YouTube channel as well. And it's kind of funny because we were talking for a month and a half before we both realized that we each have a YouTube channel. Hers is a little more successful, but already monetized and doing great. But she hasn't even been on it in a couple of years. She had it going, and then I don't know. It's kind of a funny story, but anyway. So I'm gonna write it down too for the water intake, as far as a baby step to just get back on board with the water. So just what I learned in these last 3 days of eating, because I worked the one extra day, so I didn't have 4 days off this time, which is kind of nice. It helped me. I fasted all day on that last day of work, and then I only ate dinner. So that kind of made me help me skip 2 meals that I would have eaten in the 4 days. So the 3 days I ate breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and I had a couple snacks here and there, but nothing. You know what I've been snacking on, and I got to just get rid of it, is peanut butter. Just because I have a big jar of peanut butter. I got like 2 big jars in my cupboard. And I literally have nothing else to possibly snack on. I would have to like cook something. So I'm going to write that down, dude. Just throw away that peanut butter, because I'm not eating a lot of it. I'm eating like maybe 2 tablespoons for a snack, which is like 1 ounce. And that's like 150 calories. And it's mostly protein. It's mostly fat and then protein, but it does have some sugar. And, that if you buy like all natural sugar-free peanut butter, it doesn't taste like the peanut butter you're thinking of, like some creamy, name your brand name. There's quite a bit of sugar in there that makes it taste that good. So probably should cut that out. So I want to increase my water intake. Probably just when I eat my meal, to remember to drink probably like 16 ounces of water, like maybe 8 ounces before the meal, and then eat the meal, and then eat like 8 ounces after. There's some science out there that says you really shouldn't drink water with your meal because it dilutes your digestive enzymes, and then you don't digest your food properly. But like I said, there's always new stuff coming out, and I don't think science has caught up to what's all going on within the human body, and especially with dieting. Like, you read it. There's all these books on dieting, and there's probably some people out there that because there's thousands and thousands of different diets and different protocols of what to do to be healthy, and they're probably all right for somebody. You just have to find out which somebody you are and which book is for you. And I mentioned it in some of my previous videos that I'm I'm looking into what to do starting April 1st or the next day. Did I figure that out yet? April 1st is the 4th day of eating. But I bet you I'm going to want to tone that down because I'll have a 96-hour fast. I'll weigh in, which will be the March 28th, and then 29th, 30. Yeah. So then 4 days later it'll be April 1st or something like that. 29, 30, 31. But yeah. Jennifer, yeah. So then April 1st will be the 4th day of eating. So depending on what I weigh on March 28th, I mean, if I weigh like 210, then I won't worry about it, and I'll just eat and weigh in on April 1st, and because the goal is 218. But let's say I weighed like 228 on April 28th, and I got 10 more pounds to lose, then I'd probably want to fast just 4 more days, and try to hopefully, it'll just be kind of a intermittent goal. If I do a little weight cut, it'll be not real weight, and I'll gain the weight back on April 2nd and 3rd and 4th. But where I started that was saying what I'm going to start doing after April 1st, what kind of diet. And I've been reading a couple different ones that I think I can stick to, because I really think it's going to be easier for me to stick to breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Even if I do some 16/8s, to still eat like breakfast at noon, lunch at 4, and dinner at 8, something like that. Or just eat a breakfast in the morning, lunch in the regular time, and dinner at night. Say 7, noon, and 5 or 6 or something like that. Just because of my work schedule, the breakfast is the part where I've just never got up. Never in my life have I ever got up and ate breakfast before. I mean, even in the Army, you get up and work out for an hour and then clean for an hour and then get dressed and then go to lunch at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And that kind of stayed with me. I don't get up and eat like ever. So I get up and go to work, and then I work for an hour and a half or 2, and then I eat breakfast on my first break at work. In the past, now my work schedule is a little different, where I really 2 hours after I get to work, I'm like in the middle of busy, where I have time to eat right when I get there, though. So I could probably eat 6:30 or 7, like bring a small breakfast to work and eat it. But that's looking far ahead. But I just want you to know that I am reading some books and trying to figure out a really good diet to where, because 218 is nowhere near 170. So, well, it's way on the way compared to 315. Ooh, just think of that. I didn't even think of that either. I should have made the goal 215, but I already said 218. But we'll see. If I can get to 215, that will represent a 100-pound weight loss from January 1st, 2016. That's 6 years later. But hey, if 6 years from now you're 100 pounds less, would you be in a better physical condition? If the answer is yes, then it'd be like, yeah, that'd be something you want to do then. Oh, that takes too long, I'm not going to do it. The only reason you'd say that is because you have no chance, because you haven't made up your mind to be healthy. You don't want to take 6 years to get healthy because you want to eat like shit. And because you want to eat like shit, you don't want it to take long to get in shape, because I'll get in shape if it only takes a week so that I can go back to eating like shit. Well, if that's the case, you might as well not even try until you can try to change your mind. Don't even bother trying to eat right if you think, well, I'm going to go back to eating poorly once I lose the weight. And that's where you have to change. That's what this channel is about. That you have failed and failed and failed and failed at everything you've ever done your entire life. Jump on board with Zach. He's right with you. Okay, guys. I am at the end of my notes, and we did manage to hit the half-hour mark. Because I really need tons of watch hours. I'm going to have the 1,000 subscribers. I don't know. Let's say 3, 4, 5 months, whatever. The point is, I'm going to have them way, way before the 4,000 watch hours. So the girl from I'm going to call her my girlfriend. My girlfriend from the Philippines is like, you have to do more. And I'm like, what? I go live every day. She's like, that's not enough. She's like, you got to get those watch hours up, because she knows how to do it, because she did it with her channel. And she's like, you got to make videos of when you're at the gym, and make videos when you go jogging, and make videos. And I'm like, what for? Like, I talk about it. And she's like, it's more watch hours. It's more videos for people to watch on your channel to get those watch hours up. So that's why I just, those first few videos I made before I looked into even how to monetize the channel, because I didn't really care about it. I still don't really. It's not my main focus, but it's some potential uh, supplemental retirement income if I can grow the channel up, to get 50,000 or 100,000 subscribers in the next 5-6 years. That'd be wonderful. So, so look forward to that. I don't know how to do it yet. The gym I'm in is pretty dead usually. I don't think they bother me too bad to set up a tripod and record myself working out there. I don't know. But figure something out. If I got to maybe have some hidden cameras, I bring my sons there and they can kind of record me from the corner and just to get an idea, what is he doing? I pretty much tell you everything I eat and drink, and I tell you everything I'm doing, but maybe document it a little more. Maybe there's another series I can just have some, simple meals that I cook because it's a joke. Like cook 4 scrambled eggs, like this how you do it, but just to document everything, the whole system put together. And I'm still, you can't see the mess as much now, but I have a little shelf here, and I tried to get this out of the camera. I was like, I should have done that. Still working on, because I have tons of camping and hiking gear that obviously I'm not throwing away, because I have a big camping hiking trip planned for in May. But I'm just trying to sort all this stuff out so it can all be in my storage locker. And then I can have some, because there's not even room for I just want like a little sectional sofa and a end table and a rug and a coffee table and a real, I got my TV on like a folding plastic table, like the one this is on, it's like, I don't even have any furniture in here. I got the junky little bed and junky little counters. And anyway, it's going to be the whole life system. Give me 6 or 9 more months of plugging away like this every day. And we're going to get to the victory. We're going to get to the finish line. All right, guys. So hit the timer tonight. I don't know. It's 9 o'clock, and I ate dinner at about 5:30. I might have a little snack still, but I did really good today. I did great. I did very low carb breakfast, very low carb lunch, moderate carb dinner, but still decent calorie wise. I bet you I'm not. Let's see, 3, 9. Yeah, I'm way less than 2,000 calories today. Way less. Maybe like 1,500. Because it was a small New York strip, and it was 4 eggs, and it was a bowl of pho, maybe 500. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm way under calories now that I added it up, and I feel fine. I'm a little hungry though, but I feel great. I'm happy that I got to this point, and I didn't even really count it up or notice. So 96-hour fast starts tonight, and then so I work. It's weird because it's Friday, but to me it's just the last day of a weekend because I just had my days off. So I work Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and so my next weekend starts Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Hopefully they don't get me to work any extra days, because if they ask me, I will say yes, because the money is just so much better because I pay a lot of child support every week. So to get even 1 extra day of work increases my take-home pay by a large amount, because no more, no more deductions come out of it. It's just all my money at that point. And so it really makes a huge difference. I haven't even drove my my side job delivering food lately, because I've worked the extra days at work, where it's just I make way more money to just stay at work than to go drive that side job. Although I like doing the side job a lot better. It's just relaxing in the car, listening to motivational self-help books and cruising around town. All right, guys, that's going to be it for evening. Jump on board with Jesus. He is the winning team. The game is over. He already won the battle. There's no overtime. There's no more decisions to be made, except your choice to choose Jesus Christ. Accept him into your life as your Lord and Savior. Just pray. Jesus, I believe you were the Son of God and that you were here on earth and you died for my sins. I believe it, Jesus, and confess it before men, and he will confess you before the Father. Start reading the Bible. It's not a big deal. Just you don't even have to tell anybody at first. Just delve into the possibility that there may be a God that created all of this, and it's just not some big universal accident. And somehow we're the only living beings we can find for hundreds of millions of light years in every direction. There's nothing else out there. Maybe there's some UFOs on Earth, but they're not what you think they are. They are from God. God created all things, is what I mean. They're something God created. So they're not Martians or outer space aliens or nothing. So anyway, maybe we'll talk about that one of these days. Jump on board with Jesus because he loves you. I love you. And I'll catch back up with you guys tomorrow night.